Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Aurelia Naja from class 33 to CN07. Now I will do assignment subject active listening skill that was given by Mr. Rangga. Now is the part 1, complete the text correctly. Jennifer: Good evening, sir. Can I help you? Mr. Henderson: I have a single room but for tonight and tomorrow night. The name's Henderson. Jennifer: Henderson. Ah, yes, here you are. You are in room 344. That's on the beach side, so you should have a nice sea view. Mr. Henderson: Oh, that's nice. I have a lot of work to do, but I'll have time to enjoy the view. Are you sure? Jennifer: Here is your key card. You know how to use it, don't you? Mr. Henderson: Ah, yes. Do I have to give it back to you on the Thursday morning? Jennifer: No, that's not necessary. It will only work until Thursday noon, which is our checking out time anyway. You can keep it out after that. You can see it's got a handy little calendar on the other side, so you might find that useful. Mr. Henderson: Hey, I've never seen that before. That's a neat little idea. Jennifer: Now, I just need to run through some of our regulation with you. You might also find them on the back of your door on your room, but we need to tell our guests some of the most important information. Mr. Henderson: Okay, no problems. Jennifer: Now, I've already told you about the key card. Let's see. The fire exit is at the north end of the corridor, so that is to the right as you came out of your room. 344. Follow the green sign on the corridor walls. The restaurant you can see behind you. That's open from 7 in the morning until midnight. Mr. Henderson: How do I get an external line from my room? Jennifer: Oh, good question. You'll find out the information you need on the plastic card next to the phone. Just dial 1 to speak to the hotel switchboard, or 1 followed by a room number to ring another room directly. If you ring 9 and wait for a dial tone, that puts you on to a next new line. Mr. Henderson: Okay, is there anything else? Jennifer: As I said before, checkout time is midday. If you had any complaints, please scan directly to me, Jennifer, or to my husband, Gary. We hope you have a great stay here at this train. Do you need some help with your bags, Mr. Henderson? Mr. Henderson: No, it's fine. Just a small briefcase. Thank you very much for your help. Jennifer: Bye for now. Have a nice evening. That's from part 1. Now move to the part 2. Part 2. Answer the question correctly. Number 1. What is the purpose of David Hopkins program and what segments are introduced at the beginning? The program is called Film Fanatics and its purpose is discuss movies. At the beginning, David introduced that they will go to Poland for the Warsaw Film and Television Festival. Talk to screenwriter Daniel Atherson about his new thriller, Angel Eyes, and have their weekly review with critics Jonathan Reed and Sally Mendes. Number 2. What is the main storyline of the film Helter Skelter? The answer is, it is about a university student named Barry who believes he is hearing the voice of Charles Manson in his head. The voice tells him to do strange but innocent things. However, because Barry tells everyone about the voice, the people around him become terrified and think he is about to commit violent acts even though he means no harm. Number 3. Who is Charles Manson and how is he connected to film Helter Skelter? The answer is, Charles Manson was a notorious killer responsible for terrible murders in the late 1960s. He is claimed to have been inspired by the Beatles, specifically their song titled Helter Skelter. The movie used this dark and morbid background as its main theme. Number 4. How does the comedy in Helter Skelter attempt to entertain the audience? The answer is, the comedy comes mainly from physical humor and visual gags. It's released on the funny situation and the reaction of people who are scared of Barry, thinking he is dangerous when he is actually just doing harmless, odd things. Number 5. What are Jonathan and Sally's main criticism of Helter Skelter? The answer is they think the script and the writing are weak. Well, the physical comedy is sometimes funny. The dialogue and jokes are not strong enough, so the movie often fails to make the audience laugh. They also mention that the background story involving Manson is quite grim and grisly. Number 6. How do the critics evaluate the acting performance in Helter Skelter, particularly Cynthia Marshall's role? The answer is Chris Reid gives a convincing performance as Barry. Stan Hansen is considered too old to play Barry's friend, making their relationship look more like father and son. Cynthia Marshall, who plays Gladys, is praised highly. She brings life and energy to her scenes, and her acting is described as perfect and spot on, showing great emotion. Number 7. What positive aspect of Helter Skelter does Jonathan mention despite of his overall negative opinion? The answer is he mentioned that the cinematography and scenery are wonderful. The university is set in a beautiful natural area with waterfalls, moors, and pine forest, which is very nice to look at. Number 8. What is the basic plot of the film Time Out? The answer is the story starts with a man who has just lost his job and meets an old friend on the bus. They realize they are both unhappy with their lives and decide to make change. The story develops into a complex thriller involving kidnapping with many unexpected turns and twists. Number 9. Why do Jonathan and Sally consider Time Out a successful thriller? The answer is, it is successful because it is full of plot twists that keep the audience guessing until the end and even after the movie finishes. It delivers clear suspense and scares as promised, and it feels fresh and original compared to typical Hollywood movies. And the last, number 10. Who are the key contributors, director, writer, and actor mentioned in Time Out, and what are their notable contributions? Director is Oscar de la Pena, an Argentinian director making his Hollywood debut. He brings a raw, fresh style and authentic Latin feel to the film. Writer by Joyce Cook, who adapted the screenplay from a famous novel. Actors: 1. Greg Bailey, a well-known actor who plays the cop, adding star appeal. 2. Pedro Martin, a young child actor who plays the kidnapping victim. He is praised as the real star of the movie for his incredible performance, even though he had very little acting experience before. And that's all from me for the part 2, and now move to the part 3. So this is for the last part. Part 3, answer the question correctly. Number 1. Why did baby caterpillar decide to go sleep, and where did she make her resting place? Why? She was very tired because she couldn't run as fast as the leaves and had been traveling and eating all summer. She felt she needed a nap. Where? She found a cozy spot among a branches of grapevine. Number 2. How did baby caterpillar prepare herself before going to sleep? The answer is she made herself a soft, silky blanket, rolled herself inside it, and went to sleep inside her little cradle. Number 3. What did Jack Frost and King Winter do when they found the caterpillar's cradle? The answer is Jack Frost. He played rugby with the cradle but couldn't find her because of the warm blanket. King Winter, he gently rocked the cradle and whispered for her to sleep, saying she didn't need his snow blankets. Number 4. How did spring and the sunbeams affect baby caterpillar, and what transformation did baby caterpillar undergo at the end of the story? The answer is they warm her up and woke her up. The transformation is she came out, but her cradle came out of her cradle with a beautiful yellow dress instead of her old one, and she could fly. She had turned into a butterfly. Number 5. This is make a note and title Baby Caterpillar. Main character is Baby Caterpillar, and the note is Caterpillar sleeps through winter wrapped in a silk blanket and wakes up in spring as a beautiful butterfly. The moral on this story is change and growth take time and patience. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.